Hi everyone and welcome to the Learning Ladder. Today we are talking about curriculum again for my reviews of what we've been using for the year, and for maths we are talking about today we have been using Saxon Maths 3. So I talked about over the summer when I was deciding which level of maths to do, whether to do 3 or to go straight to 5-4. The reasonings behind why I decided to go with 3. I just thought it would be a good fit for her. I thought there was a massive difference between going from Saxon 2 to Saxon 5-4 in terms of quantity of questions, and you obviously don't have to do every single one, but when I went through the whole Maths 3 curriculum, I discovered that there was an awful lot in there that would still be really useful to her, so I decided to do Maths 3 this year, and I don't regret that decision at all. I think it was a really good decision, particularly as third grade we're getting into a lot more multiplication, fractions and everything else, and I think it was great to do 3 for the reason of the fact that I really like how they teach specific concepts. So for example, before we started learning the 7 times table, we talk about how many days are on a week, 2 weeks and everything else. When we started learning about the 12 times table, the same thing, we talked about months, how many months are in a year, 2 years and everything else, and there's lots of practical elements of maths in it which I really like. There's also tons of concrete information as well, you know, it's not just fluffy curriculum. I think it is a really strong maths curriculum. I love the morning meeting, and we use, hang on a sec, I'll just grab it. We use my morning meeting worksheets, which are on Teachers Pay Teachers. Mine's slightly different in that it's a little bit more advanced than the one that's on Teachers Pay Teachers, because that one's specific for the Saxon 3 that I made, but this one is a bit more specific to us in terms of I wanted a few extra things on there that they don't do in the morning meeting. So it does look a little bit different, but it's got the if you are doing Saxon morning meeting in Maths 3, then that will work really well for you. The one that's on Teachers Pay Teachers, they are completely free at the moment until the end of February. But we really like using this. So it incorporates today's date, we talk about the number of the day in expanded form, we talk about our pattern, clock, time, we do our coin cup, we talk about total coins, and we talk about our problem of the day. So we've been using that, and that worksheet has been so good. I really like that. It was a really good addition to our morning meeting. They do have like a morning meeting strip that comes in the curriculum, but I just prefer doing it that way, and it's dry erase, so we can use the same one every day, which I really like. But I have no issues with Saxon. We have used it from the beginning. I just use different coins, so we don't use dollars, we use pounds, but having said that, she's learnt both, which I think is really helpful. So she hasn't just learnt our currency, she's learnt American currency too, which I think is a great additional skill to have. So you know, this covers a wide range of topics. We've got multiplication in here, we've got fractions, we've got perimeter, area, we've got there's so many different, if you look at the table of contents, it is very extensive, so that's why I don't feel like it was a bad decision not to go to 5-4, because there is an awful lot in here. We've got negative numbers, you know, there is tons in here, perfectly enough for third grade as far as I'm concerned. I do add in bits here and there where I feel like I need to, but this year, to be honest, I haven't really done that much, because you know, it's not been necessary. She's just been doing really well with maths, and this curriculum works great for us. It's very black and white. I've said that before in previous videos, but it's fine. You know, I don't see that as a negative, not in the way it's presented. You have a worksheet front and back to do after you do the lesson. So you do your morning meeting, you do your lesson with your teacher, and whatever concept it is, and then you have a worksheet at the end, front and back. We tend to just do the front because I feel like that's enough, but if there is any concept on there that she was needing more help with, we can do the back too. But generally speaking, we normally always only just do the front because that's enough for her. And yeah, it's great, I love it. You know, I think when you reach this level of 3 to 5-4, it's a personal preference, to be honest, because I think either or would be fine. But for us, I'm glad that I went with 3 rather than going straight to 5-4. But again, it is personal preference. You could always try both and see which would work better for your child. But for us, this has been fine, no problems at all. And I do have the Osborne maths books, and you know, we've you know, if you want to do anything in colour, if it really matters, but it doesn't. To be honest, it really doesn't. But she does have those, so they are visually appealing and everything else. Those Osborne measuring and addition and multiplication and decimals. We've got all of those books that we can use alongside it if necessary. But because she's used this from the beginning, she doesn't expect her maths to be all bright and pretty and colourful. And as long as the foundation's there, you can make it as exciting as you want it to be, because you use lots of manipulatives, not specifically in third, but you can if you want to. So for example, when we do multiplication, we add in things, you know, that she can group and everything else, that make it more exciting, so more visually appealing. So there are ways to make it more pretty if you want to do that, but I don't think it's necessary unless your child is very visual and really needs that to go along with it. But as I said, personal preference, it works fine for us and we loved it. So yes, that is Math 3 from Saxon. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.